since I came here, there was a drug issue identified early on in my arrival in the community, and I'm not saying that Estevan's way up there in the spectrum compared to other municipalities or other cities, but certainly there is drugs coming into the community.
We've always had drug issues here, or drugs in the community. Whether it's as big of an issue as Estevan, I don't know. I can't say that. But I mean, we've made arrests and we've charged people with possession of cocaine and meth, you name it. I mean, just like any community, there's a drug issue.
When we talk organized crime, when I arrived in this community, if you look years ago, organized crime was generally occurring in larger centers. And along the way, someone got the brilliant idea, which was correct, that we're missing the boat. There's a market here outside of the larger centers, and if we can tap into these, some of these smaller communities, especially smaller communities that have a strong workforce and are very well off. So the money's here, and even when there's a decline, it takes a while for that money to run short. So the money's here, people can afford the high-end drugs, and where there's a market, there's organized crime. It's important to note that although we're, a heavily oil-based community, that's not to say that everybody that works in the oil industry is criminals. This is a small percentage we're dealing with. So because someone loses their job and decides to move away, if they weren't the ones committing the crime, then we're not going to see any change in what's happening. So it's important to know, and I think sometimes the oil industry gets a bum rap. They're making a lot of money and they're into all kinds of trouble and things like that. There's a lot of very, very good people that work in the oil industry.